Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and welcome back to yet another LEGO Batman 3 news update. Today we got lots and lots of characters to discuss. We got a lot of character reveals, basically within the next, about 2 weeks or so. We got tons and tons of reveals, really cool reveals as well. And without further ado, let's get rocking, let's get rolling, because there is a ton to get through. So first off, let's get to the one vehicle reveal that we saw, which was, of course, Flash's Flashmobile. Such an obscure thing to see. I think I remember seeing it in an episode of Justice League, I think. Or maybe it was Justice League Unlimited or something. Unlimited? I don't know. I said it like that. Unlimited? Something along those lines. But nonetheless, very cool. Some people were upset, oh, it doesn't make sense. Why would Flash use a car? You know what I mean? It's like, well, he can just run everywhere. I know, but it's just like, it's for fun, and I think that there's something really cool to that, and it looks really neat. It's like this giant van. It's almost like a turtle van. If Flash had a turtle van, what it would look like. So I would have maybe called it like the Flash van. Well, then again, maybe that's not such a good idea. All right, nonetheless, of course, now let's get rocking, let's get rolling with all the character reveals, because there were a lot, and I mean a lot of them. So first off, you know that I've talked about the character reveals, or the characters that we found out that were going to be in the DLC pack for Batman of the future. Well, now we actually have pictures of those characters. So let's get rocking and rolling by taking a look at those first. So first off, we've got Ace, who looks really cool indeed. He's got the little band around his neck. Obviously, he's just a Lego dog, so not super duper detailed or anything like that. But again, pretty cool looking character indeed, and very obscure to have him in the game, but at the same time, I like it. I think that there's a nice element of variety to that. Next up after that, we move on to Blight, who looks incredibly cool. I love that he glows. I love that the figure glows. Of course, in the show, he had this kind of glowing organism to him, kind of acidic type thing going on. So obviously, it works perfectly that it would appear in the character as well here in the game, and it looks incredibly cool. I love the resonating light from him, and I really like overall the way that this guy looks. Then we move on to the character that I think looks just incredible, and that is, of course, Bonk. And I have to say, he just looks awesome. He's very simple and plain, but there's just something to him, like with the red and black design going on. I really like it. We don't have really high resolution images yet, so I basically found the best possible options that I had for you guys, but I think he looks really cool, and I am very happy about the way that he turned out. So then, of course, we move on to Bruce Wayne, as he is seen in Batman Beyond, so he's obviously older, and he's actually wearing the same hairpiece as Alfred, so maybe there's some sort of a hint there to, like, is Alfred Bruce Wayne? Did Bruce Wayne basically take up Alfred's position, which technically he did exactly that, if you think about it, in Batman Beyond. So it's kind of a cool little idea there that they went ahead and gave him the exact same hairpiece as they did for Alfred. Really cool. I think that that's a smart idea and a smart way to go about things. So, with all that being said, of course, then let's get rocking and rolling with... Oh, sorry, there's also one more. I forgot. InQ, of course. There's also, of course, InQ. There's the picture that we have for InQ is not super detailed and everything, so it's a little hard to see. But I think they did a decent job of kind of creating the whole, like, you know, shadowy elements to her body by having her, like, not just have a clear printing on her chest and torso, and then of course also her legs, but they did kind of splice in these little elements of black into it, which I think is a really smart idea, and I like the way that that turned out as well. So then, of course, let's get rocking and rolling with probably the coolest reveal within the Batman of the Future pack, in my opinion at least. I really like this design, and I think that this is going to be the Joker that I pick to play as most of the time, because he just looks incredibly menacing, just really scary looking. And obviously this is the Joker as he was seen in the Batman Beyond film, and it just looks awesome. Just those red eyes, and just this kind of like, he actually looks scary, which is incredible to pull off in Lego form. I think that's a very difficult task, and I think that they passed that task with flying colors and did an absolutely tremendous job with it. So, with all that being said, now let's talk about some of the characters that were revealed aside from the Batman of the Future pack. So, first off, we've got the reveal that Kevin Smith is going to be a character in the game, which, again, had a bit of a backlash because some people were like, well, why would you want to have Kevin Smith in the game? It's like, when you have a huge roster, why not get obscure? Kevin Smith has been attached to DC properties for a while now. Like, you know, he's done a lot of work with them in terms of, you know, in a capacity of just kind of like an ambassador, but then also doing interviews and things like that for like Man of Steel and such. And then, of course, he's got his Fat Man on Batman podcast, which is really, really great for Batman fans, and he covers a lot of stuff there. So I think that it makes sense. It's really cool. Plus, he's written Batman before. So I don't know. I don't mind it. I think it's a cool idea, and I think that it's a nice element of variety in the game. But then we also got Jeff Johns, who is, of course, the creative chief officer at DC Comics, which was a bit of a surprise as well, because, again, Jeff Johns has written some important Batman stories, but none comparable to, like, you know, let's say Scott Snyder. So it was interesting that they chose him. Like, I was a little surprised by that, I will be honest, because I don't see his significance being so great to Batman specifically, but he's obviously had a really, really significant effect on the DC Comics company as a whole, because, of course, he's been... Well, first of all, he reinvented Green Lantern. He made him, in my opinion, like an A-level star. Now he's kind of back again to a lower character level, but when he was writing it, you know, with Blackest Night and everything, Green Lantern was massive. It was massively, massively popular. So I guess it warrants that type of attention. And again, it's one of those things. Look, there's going to be 150 plus characters or whatever it is. I think maybe even 200 with all the DLC. You don't have to play it. If you don't like the character, it's just there. It's not like, you know, if it's in there, oh my god, now I have to play it. It's like, you're not forced to. If you don't like it, then don't play it. That's it. Like, there's no necessity to play it. So therefore, I think that it's not necessary to get upset about those types of things. There's a lot more serious things that you could be mad at and upset about than that. So, with all that being said, then we move on to some really, really interesting character reveals as well. And that was, of course, Detective Chimp, who looks absolutely incredible. He will indeed apparently have the abilities of using a banana as a weapon, which is awesome. I love that. That is really, really, really neat indeed. He's going to have a magnifying glass, some acrobatics, and be able to interact with technology panels. And I think he looks ridiculously cool. He's one of those obscure characters that I don't know anything about, but it's a chimp who's a detective. I love it. That's it. Enough said. I don't know. I just love this kind of stuff. Like, when it's so obscure, there's just something really, really fun to it. On top of that, we also saw a reveal for Green Arrow, and we actually found out that Stephen Amell is going to be voicing Green Arrow, which is super duper cool. That's really neat that they managed to get Stephen Amell to voice Green Arrow. Of course, he plays Green Arrow, or Arrow if you want to call him, on the Arrow TV show, which is really, really lovely. So I thought that was a really fantastic reveal, and I think that this game might end up being like one of the most powerful overall voiceover casts of all time, just because there's just so much talent on this cast. It's really, really, really incredible. The entire roster is super duper stacked. But then let's move on to the reveal that we saw along with the Chimp Detective on the same day, actually. We also found out about the one and only Swamp Thing, who looks super duper awesome. Again, a big figure, so obviously I really like it. He actually looks a lot like Abomination did in Lego Marvel Superheroes. If you think about it, like, if you look at that character, it's kind of Abomination, but covered in roots and algae and stuff like that. Like, it's kind of interesting how similar he really is to him. But he's also got a really goofy pose when he's just standing there in his idle animation, and I think that that's really, really cool, and cannot wait to play as Swamp Thing. And finally, to end things off within the Batman universe, we got the reveal, of course, with the one and only. He is mad, and he likes to wear hats. Can you guys guess who it is? Type it in quickly. Quickly type it in the comment section below, of course. It is the one, the only, 3, 2, 1, Mad Hatter. Very, very cool. Of course, we knew he was probably going to be in this game just because he was in the first one, he was in the second one. Why would he not be here suddenly? Like, that would be a bit of an obscure thing to happen. You know, it's like, oh, he was in the first 2 games, but now we're going to take him out. Like, you know, it would make no sense. So I think that they do a good job of adding instead of taking away. So with all that being said, guys, there you have it, a really, really nice, lengthy news update for all of you. Now, there are going to be some more pictures revealed, and probably by the time that you guys are seeing this, there might have been some more stuff revealed. But what I'm trying to do, guys, is I'm trying to wait and gather up a few little images together so that I can post like a nice chunky video for you instead of just posting a video every, you know, when there's every 2 or 3 pictures revealed. Again, if you guys would prefer the 2 or 3 picture model, I can do that as well. So just let me know down in the comment section below which one you like best. Do you like the lengthier but more content, or do you just like the quick kind of just let me know what's happening with the game updates? So with all that being said, guys, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, please don't forget to smash that like button, share the videos with your family and your friends, and of course I will indeed see you folks later, alligators. Bye bye, guys. Have a fantastic day.